Hi guys, my name is Chelsea Coffey, and it is my absolute pleasure to have you joining us for the very first Coffee Break Chat. This one is especially, cool for me because I'm here with my friend Arif, and he's seen the majority of this growth process, everything from my nonprofit Mia's Closet moving and growing to the big, big dreams that I have for the Coffee Break. A little background: the Coffee Break is a lifestyle blog, and we cover everything from personal style tips to relationship advice. We cover new music. We do a little bit of everything. But the goal is always how to live the best life and how to look forward and be positive and carry that with you everywhere that you go. It's important to actually mention that I live in Houston, and I have come across the coolest people, all of which seem to have really interesting information that they can offer, just inspiring advice that has helped me look at the world kind of differently. So it's only appropriate that the first interview be with somebody who has been such a big part of the transition.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ahrif Sarumi. Born and raised in Chicago and moved to Houston a few years ago to earn a master's degree in higher education at University of Houston. And since then, I've been working as an advisor at the Art Institute of Houston, and my students have been very inspirational to me and have inspired me to launch some creative platforms of my own. I do marketing on the side, and also recently put up a Kickstarter campaign for The Noble, which is a digital publication for millennials who want to learn about nonprofit organizations and support them in meaningful ways.
He was very humble in describing his background. Arif has managed to be really influential in a lot of different projects, and a lot of people value his opinion. So it's such a pleasure to have you here, and it really is, yeah, really awesome. So let's get down to it. The reason why Arif is here with us today is because he is going to elaborate on a concept that's fairly new to me, but it's something that I think is just really phenomenal, and it's the idea of quieting the lizard brain. To give you guys a little bit of information about the idea of it, we all have dreams and ideas, and we have visions and things that we would love to see happen. And sometimes fear can just be this awful, controlling thing, and if we don't find a way to take control of that fear, we'll be 85 wondering what happened. So, Arif, if you would tell us more about this concept and more importantly, how to get past it.
Sure. So this concept was sort of popularized by an author, Seth Godin. So the lizard brain concept is basically years and years and years ago, the Stone Ages. We were taught to fear things like if you go into a dark cave and you have that fight or flight moment, and usually you don't go. But in the context of today's world, when you want to start a business, when you want to do something impactful, you get that same sensation. So it's essential to recognize that, understand it, but not give way to it. There's so many times where you want to start a business or you want to start a new project, and you get to the very close to the end, and then you impede yourself. You sort of get in your own way by not following through with it and find excuses not to do it or ways to get around it. So you kind of get a sense of, hey, let me do something else because it's much easier to do, or let me not do it at all because it's probably not going to go well. So you sort of talk yourself out of situations like that.
I think that's so important, and kind of like a way that I'll piggyback on that is I think that there's something so special about actually doing something. I think that, for instance, I have a confession. This project, the whole Coffee Break Chat, it's something that I have been wanting to do for so long. Literally, 6 months ago, I could have started this. And I would find reasons to work around it. I'd be like, oh, we need to have really good lighting. We need to have, a great space and a team of people working around it. And in essence, you just keep layering and layering all these different reasons why it's not time or why you should wait. And if there's anything that Mia's Closet has taught me, it's the reward in setting out to do something and actually achieving it. So, for instance, with our very first Me as Closet event, this was at this time, it would have been 3 years ago, we had an event at an apartment complex, and it was literally the definition of humble beginnings. I mean, we had maybe a team of like 20 volunteers. We were set up at this apartment complex, and it was like 100 degrees outside, and it was really cute, but it wasn't the fullness of the vision that I had for Mia's Closet. You know, we collect clothing donations for kids K through 12, and the whole idea is that they come out and they have a personal stylist who, you know, shops them through this fabulous boutique that we've set out for them. And it wasn't really a reflection of that. We were able to provide free clothing just like I wanted to, but it wasn't lit with all the beautiful things that I had originally envisioned. But what I will say is that walking away from it, the experience that I had and that our volunteers had, that the kids had, it was such a great like catapult to be like, man, I did it, and we're going to do it again, and it's going to be bigger and better. So sometimes the key to getting something done is just start, just go. If you can just make yourself do it, that's a huge step in the right direction. So we want to give people something tangible. So if you would, can you give us a few steps that you would recommend to combating the lizard brain and actually stepping forth into your purpose?
Certainly. I think it's important to create checklists for yourselves. Create a list of milestones that you want to reach in X amount of time. So if you want to get something done in a month, write things out for a weekly basis and make sure that you're holding yourself accountable first. The second thing to do is take that checklist or a version of it, a piece of it, and put it out there into the world. Use social media to your benefit in this way by posting it on Facebook, posting an accomplishment on Twitter, and making sure your friends know that this is what you're trying to do, and they know the date in which you're trying to accomplish that goal, and they'll be able to retweet your goals, send you some messages about, I may know this person who is in this arena, or I know a marketing person who could help you with this launch. So that generally helps for holding yourself accountable and actually getting some rewards out of it as well.
And this is the perfect time for a tweetable. So, to calm the lizard brain, post a goal via social media and tell your closest friends. It'll shame you into making it happen.
The third is find one person who will hold you accountable. And this is a phrase that is new to me called an accountability partner. And essentially, this partner will take what you've written out already, whether it be your entire checklist or a version of it, and they'll hold you accountable to hitting those milestones and making sure that you're reaching those goals that you've set out for yourself. They'll give you a call. They'll meet you for lunch. You'll call them for feedback, for constructive insights that they might have, and that'll really be helpful for you to have a personal sort of guide to get you through that goal that you're trying to meet.
Yeah, and I think the accountability partner is huge, and if nothing else, like, thank you for that, because you've been a huge accountability partner for pretty much any project I've had going on, and I think that having those relationships is so special. So, be sure to surround yourself with people who have big visions and dreams and who are going places, because it's absolutely contagious, and it really does play into the psyche of being driven and being motivated by people around you who are able to accomplish their goals. So I hope this was useful. Quieting the lizard brain has been such a great way to put into definitive terms what I've been trying to get over for the last year or so, and this is a huge personal accomplishment for me, so I'm so glad to be sharing this with you guys. So if you would, tweet this video, share this video on Facebook, put a still of it on Instagram. We want the word to spread, and I'll be looking forward to the next coffee break chat, and hopefully so will you. Thanks, guys. Good night. Daytime.
Still daytime.
Still daytime. Thanks, guys. Bye.